Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blizzard to the channel. A star is born today, and not just a star, it is a combat star. Or maybe just a little bit of a lackluster tank that people kind of play, but that needs a little bit of buff. Or maybe this is actually a tank that's, let's put it this way, pretty well balanced. It's the T110E4 with a nice little Snoopy on the back fender, as you can see on the track guard. I featured this tank before. But as I'm doing this this series on tier 10 tank destroyers, why not play with this one? 3 games from, I think, yesterday, back to back. I'm going to show you these in the video. And let's hop into the very first one, which is actually a top tier game, full tier 10, as you can see. We are the tank destroyer on 4 to spare. And this tank, it has lowish DPM, it has quite a good gun, 155mm of American Justice, and this is like a T110E3 but with a turret. Funny fact, the T110E3 in the game is pretty much a T110E5 because the T110 series never be intended to have a turret, and this one is complete fake. Wargaming completely made this tank up. It's the second obvious tank destroyer in the game for the American army, for the US army, because you have that E3, you have the E4, and what you basically do with this tank, if you compare it to the E3, is you trade your armor and you do get the flexibility of a turret. And back when it was originally released, it was widely hailed by a few contributors, most notably that bold Australian guy Bushka, as being a heavy in a TD's body. It was a TD by designation, but it was a heavy in the way of the playstyle. And it kind of is still because of that frontal armor. You have a really thick gun mantlet, as you can see. You do have that same rounded font shape that all the American tanks get. The E5 has it, the E3 has it, the Patton has it, the 57 Heavy has it. And if you can point this at the enemy, then you're going to be fine and dandy. Do note that the cheeks can be penetrated. You have a very big cupola sitting right on top, and if they're going to shoot you in the engine deck, bye bye star. You're going to be a star in heaven. No, seriously, guys, this engine deck is a very much of a weak spot, and it also it denies the turret from fully rotating. So it's only 180 degrees, 90 to the left, 90 to the right. That's what you have to do. You can circle this tank, but not that, not that easily. It is less easy to circle than a T110E3, but this one doesn't get the speed boost, etc. Right. Why am I pushing on this flank? Because we have to. Look at what I'm going to do here. Take a note of what is on the top, right on the top. This FV215B 183 Death Star has just killed the E100. That means that I'm safe to reload because I have 13 seconds, he has about 20. He killed the E100, I can just pull out. I was waiting for the STB to kill the FV405, and he just did so. And I'm looking at this STB and thinking this FV215B is a one-shot tank. I am willing to go forward here because I have full hit points. And then the STB should be able to finish off this, this Death Star, which is exactly what it's going to do. We're going to shoot the E50M of the S, and here's the first bounce of the game. And this is maybe not a brilliant game in terms of bouncing, in terms of loads of damage, etc. But as I've been doing this series of games, I wanted to show you games that, well, I play that show you what the game is, what the game is in a true nature, and which basically everybody can do. I mean, come on, guys, I'm a boomer, and I can do this. And if I can do it, then why couldn't you? HE shell is really nice, so you can do this, boom, to a T62A, albeit what was it, 827 in terms of damage. That's not a lot. We've blocked 3 shots from a T62A. Frontally, you will block quite a few shots of tanks that auto lock on you, that snapshot on you. But as said, that turret right on top, that cupola, that is an obvious weak spot, and you will lose your command quite a bit too. So you might even want to get a little bit in terms of a how would you call it, first aid kit into the tank. Right. What should you do then in terms of equipment? I have this one set up on the press account, but this is the exact same loadout I'm using on my own account. I'm running with the calibrated cells. Why so? 310 will allow you to punch through the front of an E100. That's, in my opinion, really nice. 394 on APCR. It has got APCR, not heat. That's very good as well. And you do need these two because the gun takes forever to aim. This can be useful, but as said, the armor from the side isn't really brilliant, so I would go for improved assembly, and you could fit either one of these. In my opinion, this combat power thingy, that's the most important one to use. And since you're not really a sniper schnitzel, I wouldn't go for a camouflage net. I would always fit improved optics on this tank. The rest is pretty much self-explanatory if you look at the ammunition, and you can see that the penetration on your HE is 68 to 94 and 1200 damage is a max roll. So that roll on the T62A was like really freaking low. Game number 2. We're going to show you game number 2. Here it is. Yes, there it is. You can see I'm platooned up here with Jonty_2014, who is in the Firebird, but without the Firebird camouflage in the AMX M4 Emily 54. This is going to be a bit of an interesting game. Look at me, I'm typing in the chat, guys. Spot mid, heavies crossing. Well, what I want to see, basically, or what I would love to see, is one of those tanks going right in the middle where I ping the map just about now. And if you would look towards the little ridge, which is right about there, you see that bush in the middle, that one? And there's a big rock right over there, and there's another bush right there. You can see it. I'm using the marker in the middle to show you what it is, and I'm pointing right at the bush just about now, I think. That bush. If you go into that bush with a light tank or with a and I saw a thingy drop. You saw that post, that pole that dropped. I was hoping for a blind shot. If you go into the bush with a light tank, you can spot enemies crossing towards C cap. If you do go there in a non-turret tank destroyer with really bad armor, you will die. As shown by this bush. I was thinking, dude, what are you doing? We spotted this E100, and as he's pulling backward behind the bush, we should not be spotted by him because apparently he has a really bad crew, and that's exactly the case. So we dealt 637 damage, and we've lost a T57 heavy. This is a WoT Blitz 2021, guys. This is what happens. And yeah, this is going to be a really hard game. You can shoot a Sheridan through the turret top, which is all fine and dandy, but I'm a bit alone now over here, so I'm trying to make him shoot my tracks, and he has all the time to aim, and he puts a shot straight through our track wheel. You can see it right there, I think, actually, or not. It went straight through the tracks. He was also shooting from below, so then the lower part of that frontal bit isn't, that's just not protected. He will punch through anyways. These guys are still camping in spawn. I'm gonna shoot him once more, and I was a bit annoyed. I'll tell you that I was a little bit annoyed at Jonty pushing that hard straight into red spawn. He was thinking I'll try to put pressure onto the Death Star and the Jaeger, but as you can see, he managed to get himself into a bit of a crossfire. He has got a lot of health. Look at this shot. Wait. I was looking at the Jagdpanzer thinking, why doesn't have any... There's no health flying off of him, but there was a Death Star in front, so... Yeah, thank you, that was nice. This is a great snapshot, boom, there we go. Enemy destroyed, and you can see that Kampfpanzer, the Krautpanzer, was shooting for my cupola. He missed, obviously, but we are on 2.4k damage. In the meantime, we have Rule of Life going forward, trying to help us out with this Kampfpanzer. And yes, we did manage to block that shot, as you can see right on the front. And I'm going to stop it right over here, because this shows exactly why this tank sometimes... where you can bounce your shots, which will be on the front, obviously, on the gun mantlet, and a little bit on the cheeks from time to time. But that lower part, anybody will punch through. In a combined effort, me and the Jagdpanzer E100 are going to take care of this guy. That's a good roll with APCR on this Kampfpanzer. Did you need APCR, Martin? Maybe not, but we're going to just facehug him, block the shot, and I should have just kept a close look on the reload bar because I waste a shot here. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. But we've managed to hold the flank. But I think this shot that I took onto this Krautpanzer, that cost us the game. And then this, because I would have been able to turn around quick towards the E100, etc. The Jagdpanzer should have stayed with me. He's pushing forward. Bad idea, because these guys are now closing in on Jonty. I mean, that's a lost cause. He's going to die. Why so? That's 2 guns versus 1. The AMX is a really good hold-on tank, but it can't really keep up with an E50 plus an E100. You can circle, etc. Not going to work well. Then we get this bounce on the E50, bit unlucky over there, but we can probably turn around now towards the IS-7. That's Jonty going down. Come on, Jagdpanzer, can you shoot him? Is he reloaded? Yes, he is reloaded. I'm taking a look out the lookout bar now at the reload bar. Boom, straight through the side, 716 in terms of damage. Nice one. We've got 4,619 dealt. That means that the blind shot at the start of the game did not go in, which is a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, it is what happens, guys. And this kind of shows what this tank can do. If you can put this turret to good use, which I'm doing here in my opinion, if you can put this turret and the gun to good use, that lowish DPM, you can make up for it. It has got low DPM. I think it's actually the lowest with all these tier 10 tank destroyers. Or maybe not. It has got low DPM. Let's just put it at that. Let's just stay with that low DPM. But a good gun, bit trollish, bit merkin. But if you can put it to good use, then it's going to be all fine and dandy. Because if you know where to sit and wait and reload, then this thing can basically make play 2 roles. It can play the role of a breakthrough heavy, and it can play the role of a good supporting tank in the back. And as I said, nearly 6k damage, and I've obviously said this quite a lot. 6k damage, if you can do this in tier 10, you're bound to win more games. We've lost this one, but it happens, guys. It is Blitz in 2021. You can't win them all. We're going to go into this one, and again, it is a full tier 10 game. A lot of tier 10 vehicles in these games, which is also what I like, actually. We're going to go towards base C. And shout out to, I think it's Evil RN in the Leopard. I think there's a guy gonna say hello to us. I think Leo, I say, and I have no idea why. Oh yeah, that's what I said. Don't rush and die. Because he wanted to go towards base C, and I was looking at the lineup and thinking, Death Star, Foch, Progetto, AMX-50B, T-57 Heavy, they've got a lot of auto-loaders / auto-reloads. He should not rush and die. He spotted 3 of them already. He is still full hit points. That's really good. And look at this shot. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom. Straight through the side of a Chieftain Mark 6. You have to be a little bit lucky with that shot, because it's a rounded turret, and I've checked it in Armor Spectrum. Once it starts wiggling and wobbling and turning its turret around, there are spots where you can bounce, and there's shots where you can penetrate. I'm going to splash him with HE here, because that would be a really tricky shot to aim at the cupola. If he then backs down, I would be wasting a shot. But why not just keep firing HE at him, and then at least do a little bit of damage, scare him maybe a little bit. And it's going to be more nice HE use in this game as well. And that's one other reason why I've included this one, because the Progetto is not available now. The Chieftain is still, as you can see, held down. So we're going to go back to the HE rounds in just a second, which is about now. You can see Jonty is firing HE as well. We're gonna use HE. There we go. Kaboom! Thank you very much. 400, just splash, boom, right onto his forehead. No worries whatsoever, no questions asked. That's why I'm running about 8 of these HE rounds on this tank. Can we actually shoot this Progetto? No, we can't. Jonty's gonna fire him again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, boom. If you would want, just take one tip from this video, guys. If there's hull down tanks like an AMX M4 MLE 54, this is a great shot as well. I know there's a little line over there. Boom, there we go. Straight through the drive wheel. If there's hull down tanks like a Chieftain, like an E5, maybe even things like an IS4, IS7, AMX, and you can't hit them, but you have a big gun, or let's say you can't hit their weak spots, but you do have a big gun, load HE and splash them. You might kill a driver, you might scare them, you might force them to leave cover, etc. It will work. And we're going to go forward and then go backwards because this projector was going to block the shot from the Foch destroyer. And I'm praying and hoping that the Foch doesn't have 2 in the barrel, but apparently he doesn't. So we're going to clear the projector 65, player underscore number thingy is down. And then we're going to back up because there's a big bad Death Star over there. Hello, big bad Death Star. Would you please just sit there and stay there? Right, we're going to try to snapshot him. And we miss. Happens. And Yonti explodes once again. He seemed to be doing that quite a lot in the session we had yesterday. And that said, we are going to clear this T-57 heavy because I was keeping my eyes wide open and I have one in the barrel, and that is perfecto underscore rush down. And then we're going to craft an angle for this FE215B 183 Death Star. Yes, he's looking at me, trying to craft a better angle. Here we go, here we go. Step by step, little by little. You see what I did there? HE is very useful too for finishing off low health targets. There we go. Thank you very much. This game is done, basically. Game, set, and match. Because they have a Super Conqueror over there. And he's going to pen us straight through, I think. Where did he pen us again? Why are you stopping this one? Take a look at this shot. I think he penned us right over there underneath the gunman because I was... it would have been a bounce. I'd say 8 out of 10. But I think he penned us just because I was driving down the slope and then it opened up. And great shot. Shout out to player underscore number thingy from the Nude clan in Super Conqueror. That was a great shot. And I was looking at it. Well, where did he pen me? I was able to see it on the big screen. That was a lot better. And you see we've bounced the shots on the gunman. This is a bit of a hull down tank. You might want to raise your gun as well if you are hull down to protect your cupola. But as said, flexible tank destroyer, a bit of a cross between a heavy and a tank destroyer. It can perform multiple roles, and this is a bit unfortunate because I'm not sure if it was... No. We didn't set him on fire, but anyways, 4.5k damage nearly, guys. That is really nice in my opinion. We've managed to get a Top Gun first class, as you can see. Top of the team by damage. Shout out to Besnix in the Hori, who played a really good game as well. 814 assists, which was mostly on, mostly all onto this guy, onto the FE215B. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. Thank you very much for watching. T110E4 Combat Star in action. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you all on the next video. Cheers, happy tanking, bye bye.